all students. Here we are dealing with module number 5, and here we shall start with the next chapter, that is milling operation. This comes under the chapter 2 in the module number 5. Okay, so in the previous all discussions, that is the lathe operation, there used to be a single point of contact between the tool and workpiece. As we know, to cut the unwanted materials, we need two specific parameters or the instruments, devices, that is nothing but one is the workpiece and the other one is tool. Okay, how do you say something is tool and the other one is workpiece? Is relatively which is stronger among the two objects that you have taken for the operation is the tool. The other one which is relatively softer is called as workpiece. For example, if you take the example of knife and apple, if you see, the knife is going to be more harder compared to the apple. That is why you could cut a apple with ease with the help of the knife. That means uh, to happen a machining operation or to remove the unwanted materials, okay, there are two things required. One is the tool and the other is workpiece. So just remember this, the tool is always harder and workpiece is going to be softer relative to each other. So when we were discussing about the lathe operation, especially for lathe operation, there used to be only one point of contact between the tool and workpiece. And the other difference or the one more parameter of the lathe was, okay, the tool is going to be rotated, workpiece is going to be rotated, and the tool is going to be fed against the rotation of workpiece, so that you are going to remove the unwanted material from the workpiece, right? So that is all not going to be enough, right? To get the desired workpiece in the real applications, there are need where there are applications where you are supposed to rotate the you are supposed to rotate the tool, and you are going to keep the workpiece constant. One among such kind of operation is milling operation. Okay, so in milling operation, let us look into what is milling operation. In milling operation, it is defined as a machine tool is used for uh, removing the undesired material from the workpiece by feeding the workpiece against a rotating multi-point cutting tool is called as milling cutter. Okay, let us differentiate what you already discussed in the form of lathe operation and here in the milling operation. Okay, in lathe there used to be only one point of cut, and in the lathe workpiece is rotating and tool is fed against the rotation. Whereas when it comes to milling operation, to remove the unwanted material from the workpiece, what we are going to do is we are going to rotate the tool and we are going to feed the workpiece against the rotation of the tool. That is exactly opposite that of the lathe operation, right? So what are the principles of milling operation? So here a workpiece is going to be clamped, right? Workpiece is going to be held constant, is going to be held into in its position on the work table, and milling cutter or the tool is mounted on the arbor or the spindle of the milling machine, right? So here you can see in this diagram, right? So here the tool is rotating at very high speed, and you are going to feed, right? You are going to bring the workpiece against to the rotation of the tool, right? So here you can see tool is rotating and you are going to bring the tool in the opposite direction of the rotation of the tool. And even you can see there are different points at which the cutting action is going to take place. That is why it is characterized as it is a multi-point cut operation, and here the tool is rotating and workpiece is going to be fed against to the rotation. Here milling cutter rotates, right? Milling cutter is this, right? Milling cutter, or you can say tool, right? Tool is going to rotate at a very high speed. Okay, next is workpiece is fed against to the rotation of milling cutter by moving the table or the workpiece in x, y and z directions, right? Next is milling cutter is made up of material harder than the workpiece. That is what we have already discussed, right? That means the tool is nothing but milling cutter. Tool is harder than the workpiece. These are the principles of milling operation, right? So what are the features of milling operation? One is here it is going to be interrupted cutting. It is not a continuous material removal, right? For example, right? So if you take this point of cut, means if you take this point of cut, right? This is going to remove the material. Then this uh, teeth will keep on rotating till again that comes in contact with the workpiece. Means if you consider this teeth as an observation of point of cut, okay, till till the teeth is in contact with the workpiece, that is going to remove the material. But once that comes out of the contact from the workpiece, right, that is not going to cut any other material. That is why it is going to be called as interrupted cutting operation. Okay, that is why milling is a cooler operation than turning operation, right? Turning means lathe operation. That is why you can see milling is going to be, because you are going to cut the material from from a particular point of teeth. Okay, once that cuts, okay, it gets enough time for the cooling. Unlike that happens in the lathe operation. Lathe always, there is always a contact between the tool and workpiece. Here there is a contact, but it is not continuous. It is going to be intermittent. Sometimes it comes in contact, on the other time it will not come in the contact with the workpiece. Okay, and the one more thing is here you are going to remove more material than the lathe operation, right? Here the amount of material that you remove from the milling operation is going to be more if you compare with the lathe operation, right? Next is here the chip that is going to be removed from the milling operation is going to be varying. It is not a same cross section of the chip is going to be produced. There is a decrease or increase in the chip thickness, right? These are the features of milling operations, right? So here there is one important concept that is called as up milling and down milling. To remove the material, okay, to remove the material from the workpiece, I can perform the operation in two ways. One is by up milling and other one is by down milling, right? So let us look into this up milling carefully, right? So here the cutter or the work tool is rotating in the clockwise direction, right? The cutter is rotating in the clockwise direction, and now you are bringing the workpiece that you want to cut, okay, against to the rotation, right? If you bring from left to right, okay, right, that means it is rotating in the clockwise direction. And if you bring it from left to right, that means you are bringing against to the rotation of the cutter, right? If you bring the workpiece against to the rotation of the cutter, that particular milling operation is called as up milling, or even it is called as conventional milling operation. Okay, and here you can see at the start of the material cut, the chip is going to be removed at very slow rate. Means the amount of material that is removed at the start of the workpiece, at the start of the machining is very small, but as it is fed against the rotation, okay, there is gradual increase in the chip, right? So this is how the chip is produced, right? At the start it is very small, there is a gradual increase in the chip, right? You can see in this particular diagram. Whereas now what I do is I'll rotate the cutter in the opposite direction. Okay, I'll keep the cut. I will rotate the cutter in the opposite direction. Right now, what I'll do is instead of rotating the cutter in the clockwise direction, I start rotating in the opposite direction. That is in the anti-clockwise direction. Now, if you bring the workpiece in the same direction, right? So if you bring the workpiece in the same direction, that makes you are feeding or you are pushing the workpiece in the direction of the rotation. So if you feed the workpiece in the direction of the rotation, okay, that particular of milling operation is called as down milling, or even it is called as climb milling. But here you can see exactly opposite of up milling. Right here, the initially you are going to remove more material, but at the end of the removal process, right, you are going to remove the lesser amount of material. This is exactly opposite to each other, right? So let us differentiate this, that is, let us compare the up milling and down milling. Okay, so in up milling what will happen? Workpiece is fed in the opposite direction, that of the cutter, right? So here it is rotating in the clockwise direction, but you are bringing the workpiece in the opposite of the clockwise direction, right? So that is why it is called as up milling. Whereas in the down milling, you are bringing the uh, workpiece in the same direction of the rotation of the cutter. That is called as down milling. Okay. Now that we have already discussed, in up milling, there is a increase in the thickness of the chip, whereas in the down milling, chip starts gradually decreasing, right? So chips are progressively smaller or thinner. Okay, the third one is, right, in the third comparison is strong clamping is required for up milling, because this is going to lift the means once it starts moving up, no, right? So it try to lift it is going to lift the workpiece from its position. That is why you are supposed to require to hold the workpiece in proper position. It requires more stronger clamping process for up milling. Whereas in down milling, because the thrust of the force, right, here you can see, right, because the force of application is going to be downwards. That is why there is no real harm, and there is no real harm of lifting the workpiece from its position. That is why there is no need of heavy clamping arrangement for down milling. Whereas in the fourth comparison, it gives very poor up milling gives very poor surface finish, because there may be a chance of accumulation. Means it starts accumulating into the cutting zone, right? Once the chip starts accumulating, you are going to end up with the very rough surface for the products, right? Whereas a very good surface finish is going to be attained for down milling, because the chips are going to be gradually removed from the contact, right? Next one is in up milling. It is used generally, up milling is meant for hard materials like cast iron. Okay, down milling is for soft materials, right, like mild steel, or even it is for the aluminium. The next is the arrangement, how I am going to achieve this all operations, right? That is horizontal milling machine. There are two milling machines, that is horizontal milling machine, and the other one is vertical milling machine. Okay, right. Before we go to this part, okay, right, let us discuss what are the need for the horizontal milling operation. Because in some operations you are supposed to rotate horizontally, in some operations you are required to rotate the vertical axis as well. So there are operations where you require to rotate the tool horizontal axis, where in some operations you are supposed to rotate the tool in the vertical axis. Okay, so if you want to perform the operation on horizontal uh, axis of rotation of the tool, okay, those are all going to be done on horizontal milling operation. Okay, here what we do is, okay, if you consider the side view of horizontal milling operation, okay, the first thing that comes is the base, right? Base is going to be the integral part, okay, where it is going to, what is the function of base? Base is going to withstand all the load and vibrations that are going to be generated during the machining operation. Okay, the second component that comes is column. Column is the one rigid component that is going to give the house for the rotation of this arbor, or you can say spindle. Okay, and this will also give the it is also going to facilitate the mounting of this knee on the column. Okay, right. Now there is a overarm, right? There is a overarm. At the end of the overarm, right, the I'm going to fix the arbor. What is arbor? You can say it is a shaft. Okay, you just remember, arbor is called as shaft. On the arbor you are going to fix the tool, right? You are going to fix the tool on the arbor. Okay, now as I have told, this is the knee. The function of this knee is to give the support for the saddle, right? It is going to give the support for the saddle, and on the saddle you are going to keep the table, right? That is nothing but work table. You can say it is called as work table, and on the work table you are going to properly clamp the workpiece. Now there is one important mechanism that you should know is elevating screw. Okay, that is nothing but, yeah, I'm going to move this vertically up, right? Because uh, only here tool is going to be in its position. Tool is not going to move from its position, it will be rotating. So you have to bring the workpiece towards the point of contact to the tool. So you have to make, sometimes you are supposed to move the uh, 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 tool maybe towards vertical axis. Okay, sometimes you have to move horizontally, sometimes you are supposed to rotate perpendicular to the this plane, right? So these x y z directions has to be moved so that you are going to bring the tool and workpiece in contact. Okay, so that is going to be taken care by this. So if you want to move this table up, okay, you are going to make use of elevating screw. Okay, you are going to uh, move this table by rotating this wheel, right? This is the wheel. So if you rotate this wheel, okay, this knee starts moving up, right? The knee starts moving up. That is why I have given this directions, right? Here if you rotate this wheel, the knee starts moving up. And there is one more wheel, right? There is one more wheel. If you rotate this wheel, okay, right, this saddle, right, this saddle starts moving horizontally. This starts moving horizontally. Okay, and there is one more wheel, right? There is one more wheel that is for the table, right? so move vertically, right? It moves vertically, means it moves perpendicular to the board or the plane, right? So these are the construction part of horizontal milling machine. Let us see a video so that we will come to know complete visualization of this uh, horizontal milling machine. I just show this video. Right, this is exactly the milling operation, the exact the side view I have shown. Okay, right, this is the base. What is the function of base? This is going to how this is going to give the support, and which is going to absorb all the vibrations that are going to be generated during the machining operation. And this is called as column, and this is the overarm, and this is the cutter, and this shaft is called as arbor. Okay, this, if you this is called as knee, right? This part is called as knee, right? This part is called as knee. So if you rotate this lever or the wheel, okay, this starts moving up, right? This starts moving up, means this knee starts moving up so that it comes in contact with the tool, right? And there is one more wheel I have shown in the diagram, right? So this is for the saddle, right? So this is for the saddle. So this is the saddle. This green part you can see, no, this is saddle. Above the saddle, this is table. This is gray color, you can see, no, this is the uh, table or the work table. Above the table, this is the clamp, right? This is how you are going to clamp the workpiece. This is workpiece, and this is the tool. Okay, this is the construction of this particular uh, horizontal milling machine. Okay, these are the part. I'll give this a video for your reference. Okay, right here I'm just want here I wanted to show what are the parts here. Okay, so that is a table, that is overarm, that is the arbor, and that is the cutter, that is the spindle, that is what I have given arbor as well. Right, once the arbor starts rotating, that rotates the tool, and right, so the tool and workpiece, once they come in contact, okay, there is a machining process that is going to happen, right? Right, so this is what exactly I have shown this, right? This is what I wanted to show. If you rotate this lever, right, the knee starts moving up. And there is a cross slide, means you can say saddle. So if you rotate this, right, this is the saddle that I have shown. And this, if you rotate the wheel, this rotate sorry. If you rotate this wheel, you can see there is a movement of the table, and that table, once you rotate that table, the workpiece starts moving up against to the rotation, so the machining takes place, right? This is all about the horizontal milling operation, right? So the parts I have given, right, you can see. Now again it is vertical milling operation, right? Milling machine actually. So vertical milling machine, the most of the parts remain same. Only here is the head, right? Instead of having overhead arm, I have a head. On the head I have mounted the spindle, right? On the on the head I have fixed the spindle, right? So this is the base. On the base you have kept the column. On the column you have mounted the head, right? Head is fixed to the spindle, and on the spindle you are going to fix the cutter, right? So again the knee arrangement is same here. So this is the knee, right? So if you rotate this wheel, this starts moving up. Okay. Now, if you rotate this wheel, saddle starts rotating transverse. Okay, means horizontally. And if you rotate this wheel, okay, the table starts moving longitudinal, means perpendicular to the plane that we are discussing, right? So I'll show the video of this vertical milling operation. I just wanted to show this video as well so that we can conclude today's discussion. So the most, see here you can see, right? So again this is the base and this is the column, right? And this is the head, right? This is the head. All the features of the vertical and horizontal milling of machine remain same. Here the axis of the rotation of the tool is vertical. That is why it is called as vertical milling machine. That is the cutter, and that's the workpiece where I want to cut, and that saddle, and this is the column, this is the knee that we discussed in the diagram, this is the knee elevating handle, and this is the screw, right? This is the screw below here. Okay. So if you rotate the knee lever, it starts moving up. If you rotate the saddle wheel, it starts moving horizontally, that I have already told. If you rotate this wheel, it starts moving longitudinally, so that there is a contact between tool and workpiece, right? But here the tool is going to be kept vertically. That is why it is called as vertical milling machine. And this is how I bring in contact with the tool and workpiece. And here the rotation is vertical. Right? This is about vertical milling machine. So again, I have given the description of components that we have already discussed. Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we shall discuss with the milling operation. Thank you for joining in.